Hello, this is going to all of the members of the Episcopal Church of the Ridge, as well as anybody who's on our email distribution list. I hope you are all doing well and surviving these crazy times as best as possible. I hope your hair has done much better than mine. My COVID cut is getting a little bushy. I have some good news, and the reason I'm doing this in a video is I want to make sure that there's no ambiguity in what we're going to talk about here. We have received permission this afternoon from the diocese to have in-car services alongside our regular service on Sunday, and to allow the people at the in-car service to come through the church and take communion. Now, we're pretty excited about this. This is a big deal. There's a lot of you that have not been through those church doors since the last time we were in Edgefield. We did our first 8-person service last week. The entire purpose of these services is to get the ushers and the people involved in the service up and running on how to handle things going forward, how to handle the future. And it went okay. It went pretty well. We made it through it. I'm not going to say we completely stayed 6 feet apart, but we tried our best. And if we didn't, it was because we made a mistake, and we are learning from that. But the big news about this is you will be able to come to Edgefield this Sunday, park outside the church, turn your radio on, listen to the entire service on the radio, and we have moved communion to the end of the service now, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. And you'll be able to come through the church and take communion. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there's a lot of ambiguity, and we don't want to make sure we have any ambiguity. We want to make sure everybody knows exactly what they have to do to make this work, because if somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to, it can ruin it for everybody. We could have to cancel and not be able to do this anymore. So it's imperative that you listen to what I say as far as how this is going to work, and that we work together to make it happen. Be at the church at 10 a.m. Park in front of the church only, either right along the road or in the Discovery Center parking lot. Do not park behind the church. Don't park beside the church. Park in front of the church. We have to be able to get you, find you, get you in the church, and get you out as quickly as possible, to be very blunt. So park in front of the church. Stay in your cars. If anybody gets out of their cars before an usher comes to get you, it's over. That we cancel it. Nobody else gets to come in, and we won't have it in the future. It's imperative that you stay in your cars. You stay in your cars. You tune your radio to 87.9. If that changes, and it could change if we have static on that channel or whatever, we can adjust it inside to a different number. We'll come out, somebody will come out and let everybody know what the new station is. The way it works, we're doing an abbreviated service. There's no music. There will be the readings, the gospel. David does a sermon. It's not a full-length sermon. It's a shorter sermon because, let's face it, David's wearing a mask, and over an hour in that mask, it's a little troublesome. So that part we're moving along rather quickly. There's no music. When it gets to time for communion, the way it works inside is David takes the wine, and that is in kind for everybody. He's the only person that partakes of the wine. The bread is blessed and is laid on a communion table. It'll be on a platter. No one's touched it. It's all been used with tongs, and even the person using the tongs is wearing gloves. Everybody has a mask on. You're not allowed in the church without a mask. Matter of fact, for this, you're not allowed out of your car to come into the church without a mask. That's the plan we submitted to the diocese. But after everybody inside the church has gotten up and taken communion, what they do, they leave their seat one at a time in a particular order so that nobody gets within 6 feet of each other. There is a offering plate. It's on a table at the front of the church. Right after the offering plate is a freestanding hand sanitizer. You just put your hand under it. It squirts it out. You sanitize your hands, and then you'll go up onto the choir level turn to the right. That's where the communion table is. Take your wafer, exit the church. Actually partake of your wafer after you exit the church. Pull your mask down, take your wafer, put your mask back up, go to your car. And that's when we leave. There's no socializing. We can't have any socializing during this. The bathrooms are not open unless you come in after the entire service is over. We're not allowed to have more than 8 people in the church at a time. So that's one of the main reasons. And we can't have people passing in the halls. So we can't have people exiting out of the side door and then people coming in going to the restrooms. So no restrooms. If you need help, if you need to help get up and down the steps to get up to the chancel area, you need to bring somebody with you that can do that. The ushers are not allowed to help you. They're not allowed to get within 6 feet. So there won't be anybody to help someone up the steps. If it's raining, you will be responsible for your own umbrella. You take it all the way through. Take it right on back out and go to your car. Here's the process once you, if you're coming from your car, here's what you will do. The usher will come and get you, one car at a time. We'll put one car load at the front of the church. They'll go in. There's a hand sanitizing station. They sanitize their hands. There will be masks available if you do not have a mask the first time. After the first time, you've got to have a mask to get from your car to the front of the church, please. But you'll sanitize your hands, put your mask on, go to the front of the church. At the front of the church, there'll be the offering plate. If you'd like to make an offering, you stop and do that. You sanitize your hands again. Once the group in front of you leaves the communion table, you move over there. There will be someone there. This Sunday, it'll be me standing up front telling you when to move from one station to the other. You take your bread and you leave and you partake outside, then go back to your car and leave. Is this perfect? Nope, absolutely not. It's not perfect at all. Is it the best we can do at this time? That is absolutely the truth. We're doing everything we can to give you as much chance to experience your church. We're broadcasting on FM for if you want to, so you can sit outside. We're filming. We're putting it on YouTube. We're putting it on Facebook. We're putting it on the church website. We've gotten this approved by the diocese. This was an addendum to our original plan. When we came up with the FM transmitter idea, we were able to say, okay, well, let's apply to the diocese and see if they will let us do this. And we just got approval a little while ago. So it's really a big deal. It's really a big deal. And we're excited about it. We hope you're excited about it. We want you to please, please, please be considerate of everyone. Let's follow the rules. Let's do what we're supposed to do. And like I said, the reason you're having to watch me on this video is we don't want any ambiguity. We want everybody to know exactly what's expected of them. If you have a question, my cell phone number is 803-991-3157. Please call me. I'll walk you through the process of what we have to do. If you have a suggestion, don't call that number because we can't change what we have right now. There is no room for suggestions at this point. We have submitted a plan in writing. The plan has been approved. That's the way we have to do it. After we've gone through this a few times, will we make adjustments? Most definitely. We will find out what works. We changed one thing from last Sunday to this. Just moving a piece of one of the sanitation stations from one location to another. But we can only do that once we've put the original plan into effect, tested it, and then make adjustments, and we submit it in writing to the diocese. So please, please, please try to make it. We'd love to see everybody there. We'll stay in there as long as we have to get everybody through. It's open to the public as long as they adhere to our requirements to come through the church and to meet the guidelines. We certainly would welcome guests and get as many people in there as we can. It's been a long time, and we certainly look forward to seeing everybody. Take care.